All right, everyone. Welcome to my current offline podcast where we talk about the news that I found on Twitter. Um, yeah, it has been a while. It has been a while. It's like so much shit happening since the last episode. I actually recorded a couple, like two, but I didn't like the quality, so I was like, no. Let me not publish this. So we are now at 2K resolution, hopefully, if things work out my way. So yeah, we have better resolution, audio quality is better, we're making some improvements. So yeah, let's discuss the news I found on Twitter regarding tech, cable news I call it, but it's pretty much, all the subscription services that we have related to cinema and whatnot. Gaming, of course, game releases, upcoming game releases, and some memes. We have memes and random news in the end. That's the structure. Without further ado, let's get going. So, starting with Microsoft, right? Yeah, maybe this is a separate one. I don't know. Shit, I'm already fucking up. I haven't done this in a while, y'all. Sorry. Let's put Microsoft there. Yeah, let's get it. HashiCorp officially joins the IBM family. This is, this happened in a while. But I wasn't able to cover, so here we are, I guess. Hopefully you can see. If not, we're gonna improve on the next podcast. All right, so HashiCorp, for those that don't know, this is the company behind multiple tools. Let's actually take a look at their products. You can see they have Terraform, right? Most popular infrastructure as a code tool. Packer, Nomad, never heard. Waypoint, never heard. Vault, heard about it. Console, which is supposed to be Kubernetes competitor, right? Boundary, never heard of it. But then they also have Vagrant. Not sure if they separated or whatever. I don't see why it's not here. Yeah, they were making changes to the Terraform license because they wanted to get, bought by someone, raise the capitals, whatever, what companies usually do. To the point that the Linux Foundation, I believe, they created OpenTofu. And OpenTofu is the same thing as Terraform, but it's just a cutout ever since the license has changed. Let's read this one. HashiCorp joins the IBM to accelerate our mission of enabling multi-cloud. Today we announced that HashiCorp has officially joined the IBM family as the acquisition announced last year was finalized. Okay, I didn't even hear about it last year. Okay. I wanted to use this moment to reflect on the journey to this point and to look forward to what this means for the next chapter of HashiCorp. When Mitchell Hashimoto and I started HashiCorp over a decade ago, we believed cloud computing would cause a seismic shift in how applications are built and delivered. As developers, we saw the obvious value of having an elastic infrastructure that could be provisioned programmatically. Less focus on the nitty-gritty of infrastructure and more focus on delivering values. As infrastructure operators, we knew the traditional approaches to management, I almost read Magnet Lama, to management would not scale, and we needed entirely new approaches. Oh my god, this paragraph is so long. But let's keep going. Yeah, where was it? Yeah. Starting new approaches. Over the last decade, HashiCorp has been one of the pioneers, defining paradigms of modern cloud infrastructure. HashiCorp Terraform helped define popularized infrastructure as a code. That's what I said. And manage infrastructure, leverage to the elastic and API-driven nature of cloud computing while focusing on the user experience. Okay. So far, it's like, okay. Why are you selling yourself to the devil? Whoops. HashiCorp Vault. help define, yeah, they have Vault, we saw that before, define secrets management and bring identity-based approaches to security, which is a key of zero trust architecture, replacing traditional approaches to the perimeter, security, and hard-coded credentials. People are still doing that, by the way. I've also do that from time to time, by the way. Now I notice, wait, my hand is kind of clipping over. Let's make a quick fix over here. Hold on. Just 1 second. No, not this one. This one. No, it's the web source. Yes. Just 1 second. I need to just cut myself out a little bit. There you go. Looks better now. Yeah, so they people still doing that. It's like there was a joke on Twitter that you can ask these AIs for a cloud, not cloud, but for OpenAI keys, and it would generate valid keys that it found on the GitHub repos or whatever. So people still doing that. But I do acknowledge that Vault is an impressive technology and tries to unify all this security credentials and whatever. So yeah, shout out to them. Let's keep going. Going all the way back, Vagrant, that's the one I mentioned. We didn't see in the products. I don't know why. Vagrant was the first HashiCorp product, and it helped users. Help usher Lamau users. Usher in automated development environments with famous Vagrant app. Yeah, that's the command that we used to do. We don't use Vagrant anymore. That informed the UX of many popular DevOps tools. We are passionate about building products to solve problems, and that is a wide portfolio that we have today. We don't want to solve abstract problems or for our intellectual satisfaction, but instead focus on the real-world challenges faced by our users and customers. Our motto has been infrastructure enables innovation, okay? It has been incredible to see what our customers are able to build, from engaging 100 million online gamers to securing trillion financial transactions to modernize government and healthcare services. Today, our products are downloaded more than 500 million times a year, used by 100,000 of organizations, critical for nearly 5,000 commercial users. Okay. That's cool. From the very beginning, we've focused on building a community of practitioners who use and build upon our software. This close connection with the community has always been key to develop the products users love. Community. With the community, right? Close connection with the community. Hold on. Before I proceed, let's just look at the OpenTofu manifest. Let's just take a look at this. Look at this. OpenTofu, before it was forked, right? They stated what is the reason, right? Oh, it was open source under this license, the MPL, for over 9 years to build a community that they claiming, that they are close to. And then on this date, this is when they make the shift, right? And then they are stating their concern. The BUSL, the new license, is a poison pill for Terraform, right? They talking about this happened a long time ago. And they just said, hey, we are going to fork Terraform. This was first, not a warning, but it was a concern that they raised, right? A request, let's say, hey, don't change the license. We actually like Terraform the way it is. We want to continue to support it. We want to keep going with it, blah, 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 blah. But they were like, we're trying to get bought, just change the license, that's going to be fine. We don't have it here, but Redis was announced recently that they are also, they did the same thing. They got forked again by the Linux Foundation, and I believe it's called Valky Redis. There you go. They also got forked, and funny how they are now talking about it, but pretty much that's it. You also have it, yeah. Same story happened, and today, I believe last week or whatever, Reddit saying, oh, we're gonna roll back the license, we're gonna have product with 2 licenses. It's like, this is the thing we were discussing before. Now that you have done it, it's like, okay, let's see how it goes. So luckily for, you know, HashiCorp, they got bought, so it doesn't matter, right? Now it's up to IBM to decide. This is sounding like, you know, corporate spiel. Is it worth reading through this? You know what? No, I'm not reading to this. I use Terraform, or better yet, I use OpenTofu. So good for you for getting the bag. Shout out. I hope you guys stay close with the community. Whatever that means. I'm gonna move on. All right. This one, yeah, old news from March. I know. Hasn't been a podcast in a while. I know. But yeah, Typescript has been rewritten in Golang, not Rust. Fuck Rust. All my homies hate Rust. And got 10 times faster. I would read about it, but it's Microsoft stuff, so feel free to read about it. They rewrote the TypeScript. It was written in TypeScript, and it went to Go and got faster. I believe this video is...
Hi, everyone.
Oh, yeah, the headphones. They got this video. You can go watch it if you want, but yeah, we have a better TypeScript now thanks to Go. Shout out to Golang. I like it a lot, actually. This one from VX Underground. How do I show this without? Can you see? I think you can see, right? If not, I'm gonna have the post down below. I'm gonna read it for you, so don't worry about it. All right, dear Echo customer, we are reaching out to let you know that Alexa feature do not send voice recordings that you enable on your supported Echo devices will no longer be available beginning of March 2025. This feature allowed compatible Echo devices to process the audio of Alexa requests locally on the device. As we continue to expand Alexa's capability with generative AI features that rely on the processing power of Amazon's secure cloud, we have decided to no longer support this feature. Okay, so here's the article in the, you know, in the description, whatever. So this says it all, right? Unlike, you know, Disney that said, oh, a program with no ads has ads in it, haha. They just said, nah, listen, we need your data. Stop using the Alexa, or we're gonna continue to collect your data. I don't know how I feel about this, but I don't have an Alexa. The closest thing I have is Siri, which I also don't use as of late. So yeah, if this impacts you, please be aware that your voice will be sent to be trained on generative AI, right? At least they disclose in that. So proceed as you will. Take that as you will. Yeah, I think it froze all my tabs. That's not good because we're gonna be making a bunch of requests, but whatever. The world's fastest flash memory developed writes in 400 picoseconds. Let's look at this. For those that don't know picosecond, this is how a picosecond is represented in seconds. If you put, I don't know, into, what do we have here? Into hours, this will be this. And because you have the, you know, e to the power 16, so the zeros go to the go to the left. Come on, guys, keep up. So it writes very fast. Is it worth opening this article? I don't think so. We're not gonna see this anytime soon. Just be aware that, you know, we're making progress with flash memory. And then someone saying headline is misleading. If it's phase changer memory, it's not flash, which is works upon charge trap principle. So we have some nerd doing some nerd shit over here. Progress is being made. Congratulate everybody. We're gonna move on. We have so many news to talk about. This one, I wanted to know about this one. Oh, look, that's me. When's CUDA gonna go open source? Wait, they removed from their... Oh yeah, this one. They removed from their new GPU lineup, but made it open source. And I ask, hey, when CUDA open source? That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. But basically, yeah, what you know, Florin's saying here, with the new 50 series GPUs, you don't have access to PhysX. This is actually bad for performance in some games that rely on PhysX, because processing on GPU for this type of games, right, since it's, you know, it was a proprietary technology, it was faster than running on the CPU. Batman was impacted by this. Let's read this article. Let's get it. Let's get it, because I need to know what happened to this. I saved this one to read with you guys. Let's get it. So NVIDIA PhysX and Flow are now fully open source. If you're a game dev, tell me, how does this impact you? Does that mean, well, you can take a look and then maybe, you know, optimize your game, given that PhysX is open source, or what's up with that? Let me know. All right, let's get it. It's been around 6.5 years since the NVIDIA PhysX SDK went on open source under the 3-clause BSD. However, not all of it was actually open source. See, this is the trick that these companies always employ. They take the core part, right, the core bit, they make it, you know, closed source, but then the rest, all the additional things, whatever, they made it open source. But it's like, whatever. This changed only recently with the release on GitHub. We're gonna take a look, because we real new source over here, right? We're real journalist. This is it. This is the code of PhysX. I changed last 2 months, a bunch of releases. Let's go with the main. Oh, request last month, 1 verse. When you, this is another thing that I don't like about the new internet. It's like, if you are not logged in, if you try to open a couple files, then go back and check the files, they kind of think someone is training on AI, right? And they just rate limit you. This happened to me with GitHub and x.com or Twitter, whatever. Hopefully we can see some of the files, or at least, you know, what type of files. So we have here, what, some shell stuff, whatever, flow, also some shell stuff, some includes. Oh yeah, this is gonna be C++, ain't it? Let's go back. Probably gonna get blocked, but whatever. We don't, oh, we have here, yeah. And mostly C++, a little bit of CUDA, C, CMake, and others. Let's take a look at the PhysX. What do we have? Source, common, GPU solver. Oh, including the source, okay. And then some C++, all right. Non-nerd people, close your eyes. A bunch of includes, whatever, namespace, some loop that I don't understand. That means it's good. And if here, yeah, my C++ is super rusty. Fuck Rust though. Yeah, you can see it does something. For those that fight tabs over spaces, there you go. They are using tab, okay? Yeah, and some bunch of bullshit that I don't understand at the moment. So yeah, it is open source. If we go to 0, yeah, let's keep going. This changed only recently with GitLab on GitHub of the GPU simulation kernel source code. Ooh, that's interesting. Here's the message shared by NVIDIA along with the release of shader of the shader implementation of the Flow SDK. We're excited to share the latest update. PhysX SDK now includes all GPU code fully licensed under BSD3. Let's keep going. With over 500 CUDA kernel powering features such as rich body dynamics, fluid simulation, and the formative object, GPU PhysX represents one of the most advanced real-time simulation use cases of CUDA and GPU programming. We hope with this release it will be valuable resource for learning, experimentation, development community across the community. In addition, we also open source the full compute shader implementation of Flow SDK or real-time grid fluid simulation. So, for those that don't know, PhysX is just, you know, the physics part, as I understand. Feel free to comment, correct me in the comments or whatever. But yeah, this is what they say. Oh, you have rigid body, dynamic, fluid simulation, you know, the formative object, blah, 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 blah. So it's a technology that came, you know, long ago. and it was proprietary. They now made it open source. But the real reason they are open sourcing, right, is because they kind of broke it, right? At least that's my theory. They kind of broke it with the 50 series. So they're like, all right, fuck it, here. Now you guys update and release it, and don't blame us, you know? Yeah, but hey, shout out to NVIDIA, I guess. Let's keep going. So NVIDIA PhysX is a name that we haven't used for a long time until very recently. When users found out that NVIDIA has dropped support, had dropped support for the new 50 series graphic card, that's what I said. This caused users to seek unorthodox solutions such as pairing. Yeah, this is what people were doing. They were using a 50 GPU with a older generation GPU, right? And then they would kind of make it so, okay, the games are rendered here on the 50 series GPU, but all the physics would pass over or would do a pass through to the old generation GPU. I have a 4090. I'm good. I don't have to do all this shenanigans, right? I was always wondering, okay, how does, since this is a proprietary technology from NVIDIA, they usually keep it, for their device. You can think of G-Sync. G-Sync only works for their device, right? Could only work with their device. So how did AMD, right, and Intel handle that? That was my question. Maybe we can find in this article, or maybe someone can write me in the comments. But let's keep going. I think that's it, right? Okay, let's go. This only really affects the old PC games like Batman Arkham Knight, right? Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight as well. They didn't mention here, but Arkham Knight as well. Mirror's Edge, still, the release of the GPU simulation kernel source code means modders could fix the problem entirely if they so choose. That's exactly what I said. They drop support on their side, they just offloading that to the community. But whatever. Needless to say, it would have been better if NVIDIA had fixed the issue themselves. They won't do that. They are the ones that drop the support. So yeah, if they drop the support, it's probably it will be time consuming for them. Not that they don't have the resources, right? They what, $3 trillion company by now. The problem is not, it's not that. It's just they probably found something that were like, all right, we're not dealing with this. We're just gonna release the card, fuck it, But now they put it open source, but whatever. But at least this open source release gives mod a chance to do something about it. Yeah, of course, we'll keep an eye on any mod releases that take advantage of new available GPU simulation source code. Let's check the comments. A month ago, good. Now it will run better on AMD in a few months. Oh, so maybe this is how it was, that CPU and AMD had issues running the damn thing. Let's see. They hope someone fixes PhysX for RTX because they cannot be bothered to do it themselves for the $3,000 GPUs. That's exactly what I said. Until it's fixed on 5000 series, this is my fix. Can we check it? Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, this is exactly what was mentioned in the article. Funny, because you have a 5090, right? But you're running PhysX as a pass-through. You can see here. So yeah, let me know. What do you think about this thing? For me, I don't know. I wish they fix it, right? They're the ones selling the problems. They're the ones selling the solution. They're the ones doing everything, right? Whatever. Let's keep going on NVIDIA. New from NVIDIA. Within the next 4 years, NVIDIA plans to produce 500 billion of AI infrastructure in the United States. This is probably related to the tariffs that are going on with the US, but let's take a look. Within the next 4 years, NVIDIA plans to produce $500 billion on AI infrastructure in the US through partnership with TSMC, Foxconn, Wistron, MCore, and Spiel. These world-leading companies are deepening their partnership with NVIDIA and growing their business while expanding their global footprint, hardening the supply chain resilience. So, yeah. Wait, is this Yennefer? Bro, Broski looks like Yennefer, ugly Yennefer from the Witcher show. Anyways, this started under Biden. Daniel says this started under Biden mostly thanks to CHIPS Act, nothing to do with Trump. Also, it's not 500 billion of investment. It's how much they hope to sell. I don't know. This is good, right? From this company, I only know TSMC is the one that makes the chips for pretty much everybody on this planet. And this is coming from the White House, right? Yeah, we're gonna keep moving. I have nothing to do with that. Let's start with this. 500 million is a big fine. That's nothing for a company like Apple, Amal. Let's go. Apple and Meta both have been hit with EU's first DMA antitrust fines. Apple has been ordered to remove its restriction app, steering customers to better offers outside of the App Store. So this could be the start of the fall of, Apple lockdown, right? Hopefully more things can be done. But let's take a look. Meta and Apple have 60 days to comply with EU demands or risk more fines. I think they appeal this one because this is what you do. You just appeal to whatever decision, and then maybe, you can get some middle ground or whatever, delay or something. I don't know. Let's see. Apple and Meta are the first companies to be fined for violations under the EU Digital Markets. That's it? Act. Oh, okay. Yeah. Was missing one. Oops. The European Commission announced today that Apple has been served with a $570 million penalty after ruling that its App Store anti-steering practices failed to comply with the DMA antitrust laws. Rules. I cannot read. Oh my god. Meta has been fined with 200 million, which is about $230 million. That's euros, following similar charges regarding Facebook and Instagram Pay or consent ad model. Lambo. Both companies have been given 6 days to comply with the ruling, which in Apple's case includes removing its restriction on developers or face the risk of periodic penalty payments. Apple has confirmed that it intends to appeal the ruling. That's just what I said. The New York Times reports that Meta plans to do the same, of course. The DMA became law in May 2023 and is designed to increase competition across digital markets within the EU. Companies designed under the law as gatekeepers, Apple, Meta, Alphabet, ByteDance, and of course Amazon and Microsoft, over core platform services. They offer, I think it's their offer, right? Their offer must comply with the rules intended to reduce anti-competitive behavior. This is actually very, very good. I'm going to talk more in the end. Companies can be charged up to 10% of their annual global revenue for DMA violations, up to 20% for repeated offenses. Oof. Enabling free business and customer choice, it's a core of the rules laid down in the Digital Markets Act. This includes ensuring that citizens have full control over when and how their data is used online. And business can freely communicate with their own customers, says Hanna Virkunen, the European Commission Executive Vice President for Technology, Sovereignty, Security, and Democracy. All right. The decisions adopted today find that both Apple and Meta have been taken away this free choice from users and are required to change their behavior. Apple was charged for violating DMA ruling over App Store restrictions that prevent developers from promoting pricing or alternative distribution within their app or freely linking out to web pages where customers can pay or subscribe to their services. In its own complaints report, Apple says that the compliance measures it has taken to open up its App Store users, developers at greater risk, and will continue to urge the European Commission to allow to take other measures to protect its users. What? So, before we continue, it works like this. Take app, but it's a service, right? An app service, like Patreon, right? The Game Pass. What else can I think of? I don't know, Netflix or whatever. Something that you subscribe to. They offer their own website or whatever, but you have an app just to see what's going on with the, with the product that you subscribe to. Or Discord, for example, with Nitro. And it's like, usually people complain that, oh, on the App Store specifically, I believe on the app Google Store as well, App Pay or whatever. I don't know. I don't use Android. Whoops. But it's like, okay, the prices are higher on the App Store because they add the 30% that Apple requires, right? So it's easier. People actually tell, in videos, whatever, but they cannot announce on the app itself that, hey, subscribe using the website. So you give us, directly, and it's cheaper. You don't have to pay the Apple fee, because every time you use anything in the App Store, you're pretty much paying the Apple fee. But yeah, the idea is, okay, this ruling is supposed to say, no, just because you have the application on the App Store, right? That doesn't mean you have to take this percentages. The pricing should be the same, and they should allow, what was it? I just read that. Where is it? Yeah, freaking gatekeepers. Yeah, business communicate with their own customers. So they could say, hey, subscribe using our website because it's cheaper, whatever, right? That's the entire point. Let's keep going. The commission says that the size of Apple's fine takes into account the gravity and duration of non-compliance. The company also has been ordered to remove restriction on developers linking out and promoting other payment services. There you go. Sometimes you, for example, will have, another payment system than, for example, Apple Pay, but they cannot use it or whatever. I don't know. I'm just yapping, not gonna lie. I know a little bit about it, but not that much. Maybe we can find out in the article. Let's go. So today's announcements are yet another example of the European Union. Not even that. European Commission unfairly targeted Apple in a series of decisions that are bad for privacy and security for our users, bad for products, and force us to give away our technology for free. Apple spokesperson Emma Wilson told The Verge. That's simply not true. That's simply not true, because I don't know how this relates to the commission, because you have to, okay, let's imagine I want to upload my app that I made it, everybody likes, I just install manually on the devices, people like, whatever, my 5 friends, right? That's a bit unrealistic. My 2 friends like it. Oh, there you go. My 2 friends like it, but I want to, sell it or whatever. First, there is a fee of $100, right? You have to pay, I believe, annually. And then you have to pay 30% for all charges that you have inside your app. So as I understand, this is trying to fight that, right? And if you have a subscription service, like those services that I mentioned, Netflix, Discord, Patreon, whatever, if you have the, subscription service that is cheaper than on the App Store, you could tell the customers within the app, hey, press on this link so you can, go to our service, and then you can pay for your monthly subscription or whatever. And in there is cheaper. This is pretty much that, right? But they say, oh, the technology will be free. I don't think it will be free. From the very little knowledge that I have, I don't think it will be free. It's more so, you still have to pay the $100. So it's not free by that definition, right? And then I believe the first initial transaction or the price of the app still will be under this 30%, right? It's just now the transaction operation within the app that will be having this discount or this announcements in place. This is kind of how I see it. But Oppo, of course, they're gonna say, no, it's gonna be bad for products. It's like, no, it won't. No. I don't think so. No. Let's go. We have spent hundred thousands of engineer hours, made dozens of changes to comply with this law, none of which users ask for. What? Despite countless media with the commission continues to move their goalposts every step of the way. We will appeal and continue engaging with the commission in service of our European customers. Oh, interesting. So probably the US won't get this feature. Right? Because in the US, how is it? It's like only California has some type of law that, you know, prevents data collection or whatever, but the rest of the states, I don't know. Interesting. Meta was charged for forcing Facebook and Instagram users to either pay a subscription fee to remove ads or consent by having the data personally collected, right? For ad-supported version of the platform. Yeah, I remember that. So basically, I remember one time I opened Instagram and they said the exact same thing that it says here. Either pay us a fee and we don't collect your data, but you know, they would collect the data anyways, or use it for free and whatever. Let's see what they're gonna say about Meta. To address the DMA compliance violations, Meta has allowed Facebook, Instagram users within EU who don't pay to remove ads to see fewer unskippable ads, full screen personalized ads. Oof. Meta said in a compliance report published in March 6th that it has continued to receive additional demands that go beyond what is written in the law, despite its effort to comply with DMA requirements. These companies are bitches. The European Commission is attempting to handicap successful American business while allowing Chinese and European companies to operate under different standards. That's interesting. Says Joe Kaplan, Meta's Chief Global Affairs Officer, in a statement. This is just about a fine. The Commission is forcing us to change our business model, effectively imposing multi-billion dollar tariff on Meta while requiring us to offer an inferior service. How is it inferior? They're just telling you, hey, chill out. How is that inferior? And it's the same thing that Apple is saying. Oh, we're gonna give it away for free. No, that's not what they're saying. No, no, just find a different way. You know, it's just you guys are so used to this that you cannot see anything else. But there probably are different ways to go about this. Yeah. But anyways, and by unfairly restricting personalized advertisement to the European Commission is hurting European businesses and economies. Okay. The initial compliance investigations into Apple and Meta were announced in March last year, 2024, alongside plans to investigate Google's parent company Alphabet over concern regarding treating its own services more favorably in search rankings compared to services provided by third-party rivals. Like Apple, Google is also being scrutinized over anti-steering practices and its marketplace. See, there you go. That's what I said. Meaning behavior that market dominating platforms used to let's hear this one. Hold on. I need to hear that. Wait a second.
Dissuade.
Oh, dissuade. Whoops. Dissuade consumers from using alternative services. The fines announced today are below the maximum penalties of $16 billion for Meta and $39 billion for Apple based on 2024 earnings. Wow. The Financial Times reported in January that the EU was planning to soften the regulation practices around big tech following an increase in pressure from the US. With the new EU commissions that took office in December, reportedly being more focused on enforcing the compliance than issuing hefty fines. Okay. Today's fines were expected in March, but were reportedly delayed over fears that the decision would escalate ongoing trade tensions. Okay. Apple, no stranger to EU antitrust penalties, have been previously fined 1.84 billion euros. We're gonna skip the dollar because just to be. Last year, over the App Store anti-steering practices following the antitrust lawsuit filed by Spotify. Wait, Spotify also filed? Okay. A case that predates the DMA. Meta was also fined in 797 million, about 840 million dollars. That was euros in November last year for giving itself an unfair market advantage by linking Facebook and Marketplace, and 1.2 billion euros, about 1.3 billion in 2023, for transferring the EU data of the EU. Hold on. For transferring the Facebook data of EU citizens to the US. Oh, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. You need to keep the data in the same region. Yeah. This finds communication rising between Europe and policy makers in the US. President Donald Trump, who was befriended deep-pocketed US US tech CEOs and have liked it. I don't know what that means. Let's see what that means. I don't know what that means. What is that? Liken. Simple past of liken. Liken. Past tense verb liken, which means compare someone or something to another person or thing, suggesting that they are similar in some way. For example, she liked and oh my god, I cannot pronounce this shit. Wait. How do I... Is there a way to read it? There you go.
Lichen.
Oh, lichen, just like the werewolf or whatever. Likened. EU finds place against their company in the form of taxation. Yeah, that was a long read, but I think it was worth it. Let's keep going. The latest NVIDIA GPU drivers are reportedly causing too many issues with older 40 and 30 series, forcing game developers to recommend older drivers. Oh, this is something I was not aware of. I have a 49, oh my god. But this is the what, 52? Yeah, there were some issues. We're not gonna read this one. There were some issues with the... there were some issues, you can see the recommendation here. There were some issues with the latest drivers on the 50 series. I didn't know that there was on a 40 series. But worry not. NVIDIA has updated the drivers. Oh wait, they didn't. NVIDIA drivers are a mess. Seriously, when new drivers are hotfix, keep introducing new issues on GPU or NVIDIA GPU owners. And keep... Oh my god, I cannot read. And people keep rolling back to December 5th, 566.36 drivers result. But we're not gonna read this one because there's another update. What it says, I haven't had an update on NVIDIA since 16th of April. Okay. This is the hot fix of the hot fix of the other hot fix. Let's see if they fixed it. NVIDIA has issued another GPU hotfix driver to address crashes and bugs. The 576 hotfix driver includes a fix for gray screen crashes with multiple monitors. Oh boy. A lot of game fixes for the 50 series owners. This one, hold on. Which version do they have right now? NVIDIA drivers. Which version do they have right now? Download. I'm gonna see which version they have. Okay, so they have 57640, which is higher than this. But my biggest concern when I see this is that they still on the same major version, right? I propose not upgrading, right? Unless you're getting a brand new game, and this brand new game requires you to have a higher driver, which I don't think that's the case, right? It would have to be something very heavy like Doom. Maybe Doom will require you to have a higher driver. But everything else, I say don't upgrade. Let them fix this shit. We're not even gonna read their problem with the drivers. Don't upgrade. We're just gonna move on. But then even when it comes to the drivers, look at this. Even their pre-release driver for the upcoming GPUs are having issues. This one I want to know. So NVIDIA RTX Pro 6000 Blackwell underperforms with pre-release drivers. First of all, who has this 6000 GPU? So today we are looking at the latest benchmark results for NVIDIA's upcoming RTX Pro. Wait, they're gonna have RTX and Pro? What? What happened to the Titan? I'm so confused. 6000 Blackwell workstation GPU based on the new GB2202 GPU. This professional visualization card features an impressive 24,000 CUDA cores. Before we continue, let's take a look. 5090 GPU. Yeah, I don't want to buy this shit. Show me the specs. Show me the full spec. Blah 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 blah. Where is the CUDA core? Wait, am I blind? Oh, here at the top of the mouth. So it's 21. Okay, so we're going from 21 on the current 5090 to 24. Okay. Distributed across 188 streaming multiprocessors with boost clocks of 2.6 up to 2.6. It also introduces 96 gigabyte of GDDR7 with full error correction code, a capacity made possible by dual-sided 3 gigabyte modules. 96. Okay, we need to bring that page back. I don't know. Where the hell was it? Yeah, this one is 24. Oh, this is being compared. Oh, okay, whatever then. All right, yeah, let's just leave it like this. So it's on the same architecture. So why is it called? Oh no, maybe I'm tripping. See, why is it called the same architecture? When is the next generation? You can see that the name is changing over here. If I go back to the 4090, so that means it's gonna be just pretty much a boosted version of 5090. That's what I'm afraid of. Okay, whatever. Where was it? Oh, here. Yeah. Let's put this here. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Engage Geekbench 6.4, OpenCL Trials, the Pro, Blackwell, whatever. You register total score of 368,000. Okay, that result trails the gaming-oriented GeForce 5090, which posted at 376 points, despite having fewer cores. That's what I'm saying. And lower peak, yeah, 2.4 to 2.6 for the RTX Pro. What is so pro about this card? Maybe it's better for AI? It's the same architecture. I don't get it. Breakdown of subtests reveal that the workstation card falls behind in a black background blur. Oh shit. 263 versus 310.7 image per second. Face detection. So yeah, this is the AI shit, right? Yeah, it leads modestly in Ryzen detection and Gaussian blur. Shout out to Gaussian. You see him everywhere. When it comes to images, matrices and whatever's. These mix outcomes are attributed to the pre-release drivers, a temporary cap on visible memory, right? Card limited by 23.8 and power limit settings. If the card ran on release drivers, right, software, especially OpenCL, could greatly benefit from more cores and high max frequency. One of significant distinctions with the this is the bit I wanted. RTX Pro 6000 family concerns power consumption. Okay. thought we were going to address that. Max Q Workstation Edition is engineered for a 300 watts thermal design point, making it suitable for compact chassis and environment where quiet operation is essential. It retains all 24,000 cores and the full 96 gigabyte of memory, but the clocks and voltages are adjusted to fit the 300 watts budget. By contrast, the standard workstation and server models allow thermal budget for 300 watts, enabling higher sustained frequencies and heavier compute workloads in full desktop towers and rack mounted systems. Okay, has some charts. Let's take a look. NVIDIA Corporation, CUDA, yeah, that's the name. This is what we read, almost 96. Okay, and these are the charts. All right. Then additional PCB leaks in the Chipsell forum. Chip Health Forum pre-release listings of from Lead Tech confirm that both Max Q full power variants share the same modular board design, replacing the conventional 12 V6x2 power connectors with solder pads. NVIDIA plans to extend this approach to the RTX Pro 5000 line. Wait, what? There are two of them? But on the same architecture? Okay. Offering 48 gigabyte configuration. That's the RAM. As well, future super variants with increased memory. What happened to the Super Series? If we go back here, we had Super Series, right? You can see from the 1660 Super, 26 Super, 27 Super. There was a 28 Super. That's the one I had before. But then 48 Super. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. So this came out. Okay, I didn't care about these cards at all. I think I heard about the 4080 Super, but I didn't hear about these cards at all. I don't know. Then what? To the configuration, all super variants with increased memory, although official launch dates remain under embargo. This list suggests that the complete Blackwell professional visualization portfolio will be released later this quarter, providing customers with flexible power and performance options. So this is like non-gaming relating at all. So it seems that this is just an AI card, right? They're mentioning something about full-size towers and rack mounted system. So it's like I'm assuming either AI or like professional work, not gaming at all. So okay, hey, if you use the Pro cards, let me know. Let me know why. We're gonna move on. What is this? Near Automata director says AI will replace all game creators. Let me view the quotes. One of the quotes was his, but maybe not for this article. One of this article was his, and he had a little bit more details. So it was saying that, okay, it will become in the future, far future, first of all, right? Because every time people talk about AI, they talk like in next 3 months. In next 3 months, your job is over. It's like, no, no, calm down, no. Yeah, but he said in the future it will be so, making games will be so trivial, right? Because you can just give a couple prompts to the AI, and he posted that in his profile. It will be so trivial that the point will be not to really make a game or how to make a game, because the AI will do that for you. It's just it will make everybody a game creator, right? This is what he meant. He meant that, okay, AI will trivialize the game making process, that everybody can make it, and that's pretty much it. And creators will have to find another hobby or whatever. But he was mentioning the far future, which is like, sure, it's hard to predict what's gonna happen, in 5 years. 5 years ago, COVID happened, so yeah. We're gonna move on with this one. What do we have? Then this one. Duolingo confirms they are going to start replacing contractors with AI. Their CEO say they will become AI first company. That they will become an AI first company. This is just what I said. So yeah, good luck to Duolingo. Let's keep an eye on what's happening. You have here what he said. I'm not reading all that. We're just gonna move on. All right, there you go. Intel announced that its new AI PC chips aren't selling as well as expected. As a result, it faced shortage production capacity for its Intel 7 process node, and the company expects this shortage to persist for the foreseeable future. Then the comment, everyone loves oxidized 13 and 14K. Intel, get your shit together. That's all I'm gonna say to that. But then we have the opposite. TSMC deal with the US marks the firm's biggest foreign investment, but Taiwanese officials aren't happy with the development, claiming that this would result in technology transfer. In case you didn't know, the Taiwanese officials, whatever, yeah, they said something like, oh, they said something like the latest release of the chips, right? The lowest, how do I word it? The latest release of the chip should stay in house, right, in the country until the next generation, something like that they said. I thought that was, to help the case, but let's read it. Let's see what they said. TMC deal with US marks the first biggest, yeah, we read that, blah, blah, blah. Taiwanese lawmakers say TMC investment in the US is a forced deal with no security or tariff exemption assurances. Okay. For those still unaware, TSMC recently pledged to invest $100 billion in the US, opening 4 new facilities in Arizona, along with advanced packaging and R&D center. Okay. The deal signed in the Oval Office is an attempt to TSMC to escape the influence of tariffs, which were which were expected to be well over 100%, Lamau. While this deal has bolstered the U.S. domestic chip industry, concerns have been raised in Taiwan, with officials now saying that the TSMC showing focus toward the U.S. means that the nation will lose its chip dominance, ultimately compromising the entire supply chain. Okay. This is a related story. Taiwan now comes after TSMC. Tariff technology attempts passes new law to retain production cutting-edge nodes in the country. Yeah, this is what I said. This is exactly what I said, yeah. So the cutting edge will stay in the country, and then the second generation will be sold abroad. Okay. According to a report by UDN, Taiwanese lawmakers have expressed that despite the TSMC deal with the US, there are no assurance that US will exempt tariffs on Taiwan. But that's the thing. If they're already producing the chips on the US, why would they import it again, other than maybe the price difference, right? And this is me highball it, I guess. The chips in the US are cheaper than the ones in the Taiwan, even if they are, the old generation, but they are there, they are made. Why would they import? But anyways, moreover, it is claimed that the Trump administration has proved no guarantees of security from Taiwan regional threats. Okay, this is called for, and this is not me, putting light to the situation, but this is pretty much called for, not Russia, sorry, it's always Russia. No, China might want to take over and reclaim Taiwan. Right, because they have a history, it was kind of together or whatever. I don't want to get into that, but it's like, and that may cause World War III, right? But that defense plan will be in place if Taiwan has the chip factory or the latest chip factory. If that is taken away, that's pretty much what's going to happen. This is the code for what it's trying to say here. Which means that the TSMC deal is just a forced one. A technology transfer to the US would mark the start of a slow demise of Taiwan chip industry. Yeah, that's what he's afraid of. Okay, this is a valid concern. Given that this segment is why Taiwan holds such immense importance in the eyes of global powers. What about Europe? Why nobody considers Europe? But anyways, however, TSMC has assured Taiwan that their ambitious expansion to the US won't downgrade the country's importance in the chip supply chain, claiming that the core technology will remain in the country. Yeah, that's what was agreed upon. TSMC Taiwan has the R&D far larger than than it has in the nations like the US. Not only this, but all the cutting edge production will be confined to Taiwan fabs. But then again, cutting edge, not production. So it's like, okay, the latest one, right? Now it has. But if we make the next one, which is now the latest one, this one will be offloaded. So if companies are okay with buying this, I don't know. Without the knowledge, without their nature being responsible for previous generation. I hope it's like very, 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 very old generation, 3, 4 behind, yeah? But hey, I don't know. TSMC has also announced plans to open 4 new facilities in Taiwan, showing their dedication towards the country. Man, if you Taiwan, if you TSMC, what do you do? It's like you can literally cause World War III. Like, damn. Over fucking chips, because they make what? I believe they make 90% of all chips. TSMC, at least the cutting edge, right? If I can fucking spell it, TSMC 90%. We'll be able to find it. Let's see. Yeah, TSMC produces 60% of the world's semiconductor and over 90% of most advanced ones. But the most advanced ones is the one that people care about. So 90% is a lot, okay? 90% is like, we can consider almost everything or whatever. But yeah, there's no doubt the supply chain will become much more diverse following TSMC's expansion to the US, and ultimately Taiwan will be able to be the sole producer of mainstream semiconductors. It'll be interesting to see how TSMC's future shapes up in the US, given that the current administration, given that with the current administration, they are required to commit too much, which why Taiwan is concerned. Yeah, it's like, it's not really, wait, what was it? It will be interesting to see how TSMC knows. Replace this with Taiwan. It will be interesting to see what Taiwan will do, because it's like your leverage is the chip, right? Because you make 90% of the chip production, at least the cutting edge. If you don't have that, it's like, why would... Okay, I don't want to say things here, but yeah, hopefully will work out well. I don't want, World War III. Okay, the TikTok videos will be late though. But no, I don't want World War III. There you go. This one, TSMC starts building US chip factory within hours of receiving permit. AMD CEO says the 2H nanometers HPC chips are in play. I won't read this because it's very technical, whatever. But here's my question. 2 nanometers for Zen 6? We don't know. If only they made it 2x, 2 times CCX. For those that don't know what the hell am I saying, is like, we have the 3D V-Cache technology, right? Take any chip, for example, 7950X. That's the one that I have. 3D. And then if we go to images, do we have the back of the chip? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, something like this. Doesn't be ideal, but yeah. You see the one colored, the one that is gay. Gay means this guy has the 3D V-Cache. So what I mentioned there is I would like AMD to make it 2 gay chips, right? 2 gay chiplets, and then we'll be able to avoid the current issues that we have, which is core parking, the game not using the 3D V-Cache, application that doesn't need the V-Cache is using the like, just put it in both. With the 7800 3D, 7800 X3D, which is good about that one, if we can find it again. Where the hell is it? Where is it? Maybe we can find with 900X. Man, I cannot find the gays. Where are the gays at? Okay, we cannot find it. But anyways, just imagine that where we were. Yeah, just imagine that the 7800 X3D, the reason why it's so powerful or so, you know, high performance in game is because it only has one gay, right? And it doesn't have the non-gay, the straight, it doesn't have that. It just have the gay. So everything just go to the gay. Gay is better. Gay is powerful. Gay makes it better. So yeah, we need two gays. That's what I meant for the normies. Let's get a then this one. First case of the Ryzen 9000. Ryzen 9950X, let's just go with that. Failure spotted. CPU dies within 9 days on ASRock motherboard. Yeah, so we keep hearing this, right? So far, there's no reason for it. People are thinking that, you know, let's see, wasn't the CPU didn't show any damage signs, but it's like the CPU died and not the motherboard, because the user did try turning on the system by installing CPU into another motherboard from a different bearer, but also didn't work. As per the claim, there was no explosion, no burn marks, no sign of damage to the socket either. In case you are wondering if the CPU is running hot, it's confirmed that the temperature will... Wait, in case you are wondering if his CPU was running hot, he confirmed that the temperature was fine as well. So that's the thing. I was watching a video that came out 2 days ago, today. Let's see if we can find it. YouTube. And then just go with I know why CPUs are burning. What's it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I know why the 9000 CPUs are dying. So go watch this video from Tech Yes City. He pretty much goes over and then he explains. He tries to explain to detail what's happening. Basically, it's voltage again. Yeah, it's voltage. That's what he suspects. At least preliminary investigation shows voltage. Hard to say what's happening. I'm actually concerned about this because I'm using the last generation, the 7950X 3D. This is one of the reasons why I didn't upgrade to this one, because it's like, okay, first of all, you didn't give me 2 CCX, and I'm listening, you know, I'm seeing these issues that are happening. Surprisingly, it's only with ASRock, so I don't know what they have in their BIOS. So yeah, we're gonna move on. Then we have AMD keeps dominating the CPU market with its Ryzen lineup, while the Ryzen 7 9800X 3D still at top spot. M4 CPUs are still selling like hotcakes. So they have, it says here, AMD captures nearly 80% of CPU market according to March. Amazon US stats, it generates 5 times more revenue than Intel. Lambo. So yeah, we just saw that Intel was having some type of issue, whatever. It's like, good luck, Intel. Good luck. It's selling. Not only that, but look at this. AMD Ryzen 7 9800X now offers 17% below MSRP by Polish retailer. So they are selling, not only they selling the chips like crazy, but it's also being discounted. So yeah, shout out to AMD. Let's go with this one. Even Microsoft employees joke about Windows 11 struggles and praise Mac OS. If Balmer was CEO, I will be fired. Who the fuck is Balmer? Let's read this one. What the hell am I saying? Microsoft is so allergic to make a good progress. Needs to be studied. Yeah, I still agree with my past self. Let's go. Microsoft project manager joked that using macOS and returning to Windows was like going from space, returning home safely. Wait, what? Let's stop this video 1 second. Yeah, there you go. Microsoft project manager Meryl Fernando went a bit viral earlier this month after making fun of Windows. Okay. Fernando posts on X, Twitter, is implied using Windows for a bit and returning to Mac OS was similar from leaving Earth and returning home safe to the ground. Me going back to Mac OS after being forced to spend an hour on Windows. Oh shit. Stated Fernando when sharing an image of Katy Perry who recently went to space. The post has been viewed 707 times. 1,000 times and received 11k likes. Okay. Perry reached the meme status following comments made during and after her flight with Blue Origin. Yeah, she went to space. Somehow this is being blocked, you know. We get the gist of it. Whatever. You won't get fired. When you're a project manager, you don't get fired. Come on. But it's just, why not just make a good product? I don't get it. It's like people tell you what they want to see, right? You still don't do that. You close your ears and you're like, la 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 la, money, money, money. I am a $3 trillion company. La 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 la. It's like we could have a balance, right? And have things good for everybody. But yeah, I hate Microsoft by the way. Let's go. Goodbye, Microsoft. Let's start with this. Goodbye, Microsoft. I'm done with your nonsense. If you refuse to let me log in, I'm not going to bother trying anymore. When you merge Windows 10 in October, I will stop all payments for Microsoft services and switch to Linux. You have a little over 5 months to fix this. And the response, they are going to have an urgent meeting for this. They won't. Microsoft is going passwordless by default on new accounts. If you sign up for a new Microsoft account, you'll be offered to use an authentication method like passkeys, push notification, and security keys instead of a password. This is positive change, right? Because not gonna lie, I use Microsoft Authenticator when I try to log into my work account, whatever, and then it's like you just show me a number. I put the number, and then it logs in. Even though it would be best if I could just bypass all of that. But anyways, let's read a little bit about this. What's going on? After supporting passwordless login for years, even allow users to delete password from their accounts. Okay. Microsoft is making its biggest move towards the future with no passwords. This I would like to see. Even if Microsoft that needs to be the pioneer to do this, sure. But let's keep going. Now it will ask people signing up for new accounts only to use a more secure method like passkeys, push notification, and security keys instead by default. The new no password initiative by Microsoft is accompanied by its recent launch optimized sign-in window design with reordered steps that flow better for passwordless and passkey first experience. For example, it's like, why do we have a password when we have? But again, it's like we always should have a fallback. I kind of see that because that's like, okay, you have a fingerprint reader. This is also that I use for my work computer, whatever. But it's like, okay, if that reader breaks or whatever, or if your finger has a little bit of water or whatever, humidity, then it doesn't work. So maybe I don't know. But can we actually go fully non-password or passwordless, as they say in the article? It's like you would have to have biometric data, and the device that is checking the biometric data needs to never break, right? And those two are the biggest challenges that I see. But let's go. Although current accounts won't have to shed their passwords, new ones will try and leave them behind by not prompting you to create a password at all. As part of its simplified UX, we are changing the default behavior for new accounts, but new accounts will now be passwordless by default. Okay. Users will have several passwordless options for signing into their account that will never need to enroll a password. Existing users can visit their account settings and delete their password. My question is, okay, what about hacking? That's the first thing that comes to mind. Can they be hacked? Let's see. With today's changes, Microsoft is renaming World Password Day to World Password Key Day. What the fuck is Password Day? Instead, and pledges to continue its work implementing passkeys over the coming year. This time last year, the company implemented passkeys into consumer account. Microsoft saying it's nearly nearly 1 million password key registered every day. Okay. And passkeys users have 98% success rate when signing, where versus 32% for password-based account. This is what I'm saying. It's like there are positives into this, right? What are passkeys? Passkeys can replace additional password with your device on authentication method. That way, you can sign into Gmail, PayPal, and iCloud by activating Face ID on your phone, your Android phone fingerprint sensor, or Windows Hello on Windows PC, which is just the same thing, which is similar to Face ID and fingerprint. Yeah. Built-in web auth, right? Web authentication tech. There's no N, but whatever. 2 different keys are generated when you create a passkey. One started by the asymmetric key, okay. One stored by the website or service where your account is, and a private key that's stored on your device to verify your identity. But okay, what if you lose your device? Again, the hacking. We need to take a look at the hacking. Of course, if passkeys are stored on your device, what happens if it gets broken? Well, that's just what I asked. Since passkeys work across multiple devices, you may have a backup available. Many servers that support passkeys will also authenticate to your phone or email address, or to hardware security keys if you have one. Apple's and Google's password vaults already support passkeys. To do so, and so do password managers like 1Password and Dashlane. 1Password has also created online directory listing services that allow users to sign in using a passkey. 1Password was seen selling people's data. People data. Right? Was it them or was someone else? Let's make it a question. Yeah, if I can spell. Was 1Password selling people data? Hackers try to break to 1Password using data stolen. Hackers, but these are hackers. They have been hacked. Okay. So shout out to them. Maybe I got it mixed. Let's keep going. And then we have Microsoft RDP allows users to log into machines using older invalid passwords that have since been changed. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, Microsoft, it's another video, okay. Microsoft apparently has no plans to fix a security flaw that leaves machine vulnerable using Windows Remote Desktop, right? Or RDP, in a recent report submitted to Microsoft Security Response Center by Daniel Wade. The current configuration of RDP allows users to access the machines, The current configuration of Windows will allow users to access machines to using old cache passwords, even if they have been updated or changed. Excuse you? This makes it impossible to prevent access to machines using RDP by changing the password. Okay, the old cache password will still allow for a successful login, in which is a huge security concern. Hey, for real? Despite the glaring open backdoor. Oh, is this camera? Open backdoor. Microsoft has insisted that this is intentional, and the company has no plans to change the way this function operates, and it provides a method to users that never been. It provides a method for users to never be completely locked out of their machine. Okay. Windows, Microsoft has their own definition of what qualifies as security vulnerability. That's what I'm saying. You tell this company about this stuff, and they don't care. They just don't care. What you gonna do? Go to Linux? Watch it. October, everybody will go to Linux. Watch it. And claims that this does not count as a vulnerability. Okay. The feature was intentionally designed to make sure users could access a given machine through RDP even after it's been offline after a long period of time. Despite the concern, the feature is not optional and cannot be disabled. Let's finish the article for Ash. Shout out to Ash. Wade described the security concern as a breakdown of trust. When it comes to information security, changing passwords is generally perceived as surefire way to terminate access to a given account when they are terminated using any previous password. Wow. In this case, you can prevent access using old passwords and receive no warning that old password is still valid when using RDP. So you don't receive access warning? But hold on, I tried using old password, it didn't work. But whatever. This is especially concerning in situations where passwords have been publicly compromised, because there's no way to eliminate RPT authorization with them. Would-be hackers can technically gain access to the machine with the account owner being none the wiser. Microsoft has been aware of the issue for some time, citing previous report from August of 2023. Although the issue was investigated back then, the decision was ultimately made not to change it. The way it functions out of concern of compatibility issues it could face with the existing application. Okay, this is why I say fuck Microsoft. This is one of the reasons. All right, now into cable news. All my tabs are dead, but whatever. Let's go. So reports today indicate that Amazon. I think I fucked up. Hold on. Yeah, I fucked up. Because this is a second. No? Oh, whatever then. All right, let's just keep going. Reports today indicate that Amazon's Tomb Raider series, written by Waller-Bridge, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, has been cancelled or is in the process of being cancelled after multiple delays and not yet reaching the script stage that allow film production to begin. Even though they in script stage or whatever, they already spent millions there, by the way. But anyways, let's keep going. We're gonna get back to that. So, Clear Obscure Expedition. It's already getting a live action movie being co-developed by Sonic franchise producers. Okay. Announced in January 2025. That was before the game released. The game just released. Casting director search is now underway. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting as long as they don't spoil what happens in the game, because it's like, okay, if the story are gonna be exactly the same, what's the point? I would prefer if we had a different perspective or maybe some spin-off or whatever, because the story on this game, it looks really, really good. I'm currently in chapter 2, so yeah. Let's keep going. Sinners will be re-released in 9 IMAX theaters, probably in the US, in 70mm film or camera, whatever, from May 15th, that's Thursday this week, to May 21st. Audience have spoken and we listen. Yeah, shout out to WB. These are the theaters that they will be releasing. Shout out to, Canada. We are here. Let's keep going. Sinners is a good movie. The reviews are very, very good. At least that's what I heard. I'm gonna wait for streaming though. I'm old. I'm waiting for it. Yeah. there you go. These are the current top 3. I mean, at least of the day of the release. I'm way past the date, but anyways, these are top 3 top 3 movies on Rotten Tomatoes, right, according to critics. Black Panther 96. Okay. Thunderbolt. Okay. And Avengers Endgame. So according to the critics, these are the 3 best movies from Marvel. And then the guy says right here, Infinity War is the best movie from Marvel. No debate, to be honest. Hey, people are gonna like what they like. So let me know if you watched the Thunderbolts. Yeah, we're gonna move on. So yeah, Sydney Sweeney joined forces with John M. Chu for Split Fiction. And honestly, this is a collab that might break the space-time continuum in a good way. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But yeah, it's good to see that she's doing her thing. Shout out to Sydney Sweeney and John M. Chu. I never heard of this guy. Let's keep going. You have, speaking of show, you have the release of the complete edition of The Last of Us. Now you receive, what do you receive? The American Dreams comic, both still booked for the part 1 and part 2 that are and both are remastered, and a set of 4 lithography art prints. Sorry, I cannot read. That is coming in July. This is pretty much to get the people that, you know, that are new to the show. And here I'm praising Naughty Dog for their consistent release of The Last of Us. As you can see, since 2013, it has been The Last of Us with a little bit of, you know, Uncharted, right? There's 3 slots, and then the rest is just The Last of Us, The Last of Us DLC, The Last of Us Remaster, and then The Last of Us Part 2, Legacy. No, sorry, that's another one. The Last of Us Part 1. So this is, I believe it's a remake of the first one, and now this is a remaster of the first one. But now we can add this one as well, because this is another release, which is just the complete edition, so it combines both. So hey, shout out to Naughty Dog for the great releases that they've been doing. We are out here. And this is the report. Yeah, Amazon Tomb Raider series is reportedly dead after tens of millions in development cost in no script. I would read this, but and for my next trick, I'll make this million disappear. Tomb Raider. Okay, we're gonna move on. There is Naked Gun with Liam Neeson. I'm not gonna run, you know, this video. Last time I was streaming, I you know, I tried to react to the what was it? GTA 6 trailer, but because I played the music, I got flagged and my live stream got shut down. And I got not a copyright strike, but I got a copyright claim. And it's like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this shit anymore. There's a movie with Liam Neeson, The Naked Guy. It's coming in August. Go take a look. Then there is what? Spider-Man. It's coming. Brand new day. That's the official name for the next Spider-Man movies. It's coming in theater July 2026. We may start getting trailers in June. That's next month. Yeah, but it was announced on April 1st. I thought it was a joke, but I don't know. Because the trend was home something, right? Someone saying brand new home. Like, what are we doing, Sony, Marvel? But then we have, what do we have here? The Multiverse. Hell yeah. Beyond the Spider-Verse is releasing in June 4th, 2027. Yeah, so, yeah. Yeah, we're not playing nothing. Lilo Stitch is coming in theaters May 23rd, the live action. Let me know if you are into this or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna continue. Then this one, Fallout Season 2 leaks give first look at New Vegas. I'm not gonna open this one because I don't want spoilers. I haven't watched the first season yet. And there was some news recently that they are done filming. So my favorite Fallout is New Vegas. Hopefully they don't fuck up the lore, but you know, Bethesda is somehow involved, so whatever. We're not gonna play anything. So the Now You See Me, they're gonna make a new movie, which is called Now You See Me, Now You Don't. It's like, wow, on the third one you're doing that. The second one was called what was it called? Now you see me too. So it's a magic trick movie, whatever. Fine, it's okay. He has, what was the name? Oh, this is the same. Whatever then. He has, what the fuck is the name of the guy? It has Morgan Freeman. So shout out to Morgan Freeman. And then this one, The Rock Johnson is nearly unrecognizable as a real life UFC fighter, Mark Kerr. So this is the upcoming A24 movie. The movies are usually well praised, so The Rock will be in it. Yeah. Shout out to Le Rock. We're not gonna go to gaming just yet. Let's do the game releases and then the memes, and then we're gonna go to gaming. Okay, we're gonna change order a little bit, you know, surprise. But yeah, just because I don't want to hit the API, I might be rate limited if that's the case. Let's go. So when it comes to the releases, we have Death Stranding that is about to release in June 26th. These are some of the images of the game. It looks good. People were saying that it's more Metal Gear-ly or something. It's more action-based. You can see that this guy is resembling, you know, Metal Gear character, the main character, the boss. I don't know. Let's see. Hopefully it's gonna be good. Hopefully people will like it. Let's keep going. This one, Arc Riders. There was a beta. Yeah, you can see here. I've been preparing this for a while, but unfortunately, you know, things got in the way. I didn't get to play this. Yeah, I have it on my wish list. Hopefully I can get on the next beta. I saw some gameplays. It was funny as hell. Yeah, it's a PvP, PvE type of game mode, whatever. It's mostly PvP. The PvE is agreed upon, right? And I'm not sure if you can team up on the fly. At least from the gameplays I didn't see. It's from the same team that made, I believe, the finals or whatever. The game looks really, 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 really good. I wanted to try, but you know, first of all, I'm not sure if I even tried to get the key. I don't know. My life has been a mess as of late. I need to fix my shit. But yeah, Dark Riders, it's coming. Really, really good. I recommend this game. Then we have Wuchang Fallen Feathers that is about to release in July 24th. July, good. That's my comment. So it's like we have a bunch of games, especially now. It's so crammed, right? We have upcoming. It's like this week we have Doom. Next month we have Stellar Blade, right? But then there's a little bit of drought on July, so this is coming in July. That's good. And then there was something coming in August. I forgot. Maybe we can have it here. So there are many games to play, many genres to play. We love to see it, and they are actually under. You know, some of them are actually under $60. So yeah, we love to see that for the gaming industry, right? And there you go. This is the people are saying that Marathon is done because of our Arc Riders, which is another extraction shooter. Let me know if you got the key for Marathon. This is the Bungie game. We're just gonna move on. Then there is Ghost of Yotei, which is coming in October 2nd. Ghost of Yotei, continuation of Ghost of Tsushima. It's coming exclusive on the PlayStation, I believe. But later on, it's gonna come to PC. So I play on PC. I'm gonna wait for the PC release. And then you have the trailer right here, but we're not gonna play anything. Yeah, I learned my lesson. We're just gonna move on. Claire Obsidian Expedition 33 sold 500 copies in 24 hours. The current sales number is, I believe, 1 mil. Last time I checked, it's probably more. Release, not release. What was it? Sales figure, sale number. Yeah, let's as you can see on numbers. Yeah, $2 million, $2 million copies in just 12 days, right? And the launch was on April 24th. I'm still playing this one. Please don't spoil me, please, please, please. I'm in chapter 2. I'm trying to finish this thing, and then yeah, so far, first impression, the game is really, really good. Gameplay is good. It is turn-based. Please be aware of that. But there's some inputs, whatever, that you can do with parry, jump, dodge, whatever. But it is turn-based. But it's selling. It's selling really, really well. I thought I had that one there, but whatever. Let's keep going. This is MindsEye. MindsEye. It's coming in June 10th. So to compete, with Stellar Blade, and this is being by the same studio. I think this studio was from by the guy that worked on what was it? That worked at Rockstar. So he has some influence, it has similar style to GTA 5 with the wheel and whatnot, But it's so weird, this game. It's like people are saying it's linear, but we saw in the gameplay that it's semi-open world, it's open world or whatever, so we're getting conflicting information. We don't have a definitive gameplay trailer. This is why it leaked. I'm not showing this here, but it's looking good. It's looking good. I don't know if it's $60 when it comes to the price, probably, but I don't think it's 70. So we're gonna keep an eye on this one. MindsEye, it's coming in June. And then we have the release date that it got pushed back, right, to August 29th. This is Lost Sold Aside. And you can see here $60. And it's like the industry keeps telling us, oh, games got too expensive to make. This is why we're raising prices to $90. It's like, wow, we have games here making by smaller teams and being cost less. What you guys doing out over there? But yeah, this game is coming. Oh, this is an ad, whatever then. We're gonna move on. Then there is what? The Division 2 Battle for Brooklyn DLC is launching in May. Do you still play the Division 2? Let me know if this interests you. I may drop to this, to this launch. I don't know the release date. Do we have a release date? We gotta move on. Yeah, May 27th, so at the end of the month for Xbox, PC, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, it's coming. Whatever. We're gonna move on. I may try this one. And then there's this one. Outstanding artwork and glorious combat bring clear, obscure Expedition 33, a bold, painterly world to life. Let's read the review of this game. I saved this to read with you all. And EuroGamer gave it a 4 out of 5. Okay. Outstanding artwork and glorious combat bring clear, obscure Expedition 33. Why not just call Expedition 33? Like, who the fuck is clear, obscure? Painterly world to life. There is an awesome conversation at the start of Expedition 33. I'm just gonna shorten. That stuck with me throughout. A pair of ex-lovers discuss why they split up. One wanted a child, the other did not. It's sort of a human question that makes a fantasy story, no matter how surreal, a relatable one. I hope they don't make spoiler because I'm still playing the game. Clear Obscure is certainly a surreal and throughout provoking game obsessed with the notion of death. Each year the paintress sat atop of colossal monolith and paints a number that dooms all people of that age to die. An expedition is sent out to defeat her, but seemingly an impossible task. Death in the world of painterly terms and sentient bush heads is inevitable, which makes the question of children a pertinent choice. Okay, is it selfish not to replenish humanity, or selfish to bring children into such world? And before death comes for all of us, what is the legacy you'll leave behind? Perhaps a child, a painting, or in the French studio Sandval Interactive, a video game. What the hell is he talking about? Okay, let me mention something. This game was made allegedly by around 30 developers, right? One senior and you know, the other juniors, and there were contractors that helped make the game, and a dog apparently. And let's see if we can find it. I don't think I have it here. Expedition 33 composer. The composer was found. Yeah, there you go. He was featuring 154 songs that was discovered in SoundCloud. And there was who else? Oh no, this game is so bizarre, I swear to God, but in a good way. So the composer was found on the SoundCloud, and then someone was found on Reddit. Maybe the writer was found on Reddit. Writer Reddit? Was it the writer? Oh, there you go. The lead. Let's see. Wait. Oh my God. No, don't sign me up. Yeah, Claire's lead writer was first hired as a voice actor after she saw a post on Reddit calling for audition. I've done that. It sounds kind of cool. So hold on. The lead writer was first hired as a voice actor after she saw a post on Reddit. So it's a smaller team, smaller budget, right? And it's around 30 people, mainly 30 people and extra contractors, I'm going to assume. The soundtrack Expedition 33, Billboard. The soundtrack, right? Billboard. The soundtrack went to Billboard. There you go. Top charts, 8 million streams. Okay, we cannot see from your site. Okay, we're gonna go for next one. I don't even have ad block. That's so funny. There you go. Soundtracks, tops classical album chart, right? Of Billboard with 18 streams since launch. 18 million streams since launch. So basically, a guy that they found on SoundCloud was able to make music that went to the Billboard charts. Isn't that crazy? My question is, okay, how much talent is out there, right? That these companies don't hire because you don't have the experience, you don't have the blah. But look at what people are doing, right? Now this one. Look at what people are doing. Amazing story. Amazing story. They deserve everything that it comes their way. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. And the game is good. And another thing on this one is that the devs, some of the devs came from Ubisoft, right? Ubisoft. We're gonna talk about Ubisoft later, but it's like they said something like it would have taken years for us to make a game like this inside Ubisoft. And then these are the same companies that want to say games are expensive to make. How? No. I'm sorry, no. If you can find a fucking musician in SoundCloud, right? Then there are no excuses, okay? There are no excuses. I'm sorry. Your game doesn't need to be $90. I'm looking at you, Microsoft. Your game doesn't need to be $90. I politely disagree. But whatever, let's keep going. I think we read this. Let's keep going. Expedition joins a long legacy of Japanese-style games, right? Japanese-style RPGs with a clear influences of Final Fantasy, Persona, and FromSoft Dark Souls. I don't see that, unless you say the parry, but that's Sekiro, but whatever. And then the other thing was that the lead, the senior programmer, he came, you know, the senior director, whatever, he came and said that, yeah, it was inspired by, you know, Persona and Final Fantasy. Actually mentioned that, so that's cool to see. One game inspires the other, and then it makes, you know, great on that. And you know, with the parry system and whatnot, that makes the game really, really good. Its use of turn-based combat and an interactive roadmap, right? Hark back to the glory days in the 90s, Squaresoft. Wow, see? For those that don't know, there was Square and Enix, but then they joined Squaresoft and Enix. Then they joined and now became Square Enix, and then that's when everything went to shit. While its stat bonuses and parry focus combat are purely soul-born. So parry is now a soul-born mechanic? Okay. Yet, as an amalgamation of these, oh my god, I cannot read, of all of this with a healthy dose of French authenticity. There was Rihanna with the baguette. I'm all over the place, but whatever. Rihanna baguette. Look at this. The thing is this because of the game? I wonder, right? In the game, if you don't know, if I go Expedition 33, baguette, there is a baguette outfit. Honestly, I would like to say, yeah, it is, blah, 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 but I don't know. It's Rihanna, so she kind of aware of what goes on. Shout out to her. But you can see there's a baguette here, right? Yeah, show me the baguette, damn it. I even have this outfit. But I don't know. It's like everything just kind of, you know, integrating well with this game. It's like so amazing to see, and you're like, you love to see people succeeding. It's so authentic, right? So authentic. Yeah. Especially the routine nods the past while mainstream, while maintaining its own unique identity. That is true. Expectations to be set, however. It may look and feel like a modern epic with its fanciful environment and impressive expressive characters, but also an ambition game from a team of just 30 people that is smaller in the scope than you might expect. That's what I'm saying. And it's like, okay, another point is like we're getting older, so smaller games would actually come better. This is why people are so fan of the what's the name? The portable consoles, right? Nowadays with the Steam Deck, whatnot, you know, Nintendo Switch, ROG Ally, whatever. We want smaller scope games. Nobody's asking you to give us 1,000-hour games. It's like we don't have time for that. I'm like not able to keep up with everything as is. And you want them to give me a bigger game? But anyways, that may disappoint. I don't see how that was a disappointment. For me, a smaller scope, that's better, but whatever. But it's allowed the team to focus on what it does best. There you go. This is another point, right? Ensure that there is substance beyond the style. This is an indie game in AAA clothing or a small, intricate painting in a very fancy frame. What the fuck is this guy talking about? The game is good, but come on. Is it really that deep? It's like people be like, I done the tutorial, game of the year. It's like, chill, guys, chill, chill, chill. Let's go. Truly, this is a gorgeous work of art. It's a world consumed by haunting melancholia, but beauty and wonder too, as it dips a brush of firmly in the surreal to match its bizarre narrative. Sun-dappled forest pathways give way to shimmering underwater landscape. Yeah, I saw that. With whales flying overhead, Lost Billy, epoch towns, and civilization lead to abstract ship graveyards swarming with gothic knights from a software nightmare. Okay, maybe they mean like what do they mean? They mean Bloodborne, because Bloodborne has some resemblance. I can see that, but not Sekiro, not, you know, the other games, Dark Souls, whatever. I don't see that one. Elder Ring, maybe. All right, let's go. And the visuals are matched by a mournful score that transforms from gently plucked strings and piano songs to synths and rock guitars in the heat of battle. Yeah, the music is very good. A little more levity wouldn't go amiss, as the game as a whole is consistently dour and downbeat. And it's Most colorful areas are remain on autumnal. I didn't even know that was a word. Despite its name, expedition is more shade than light. The world map is particularly impressive, visually modernizing archaic design, where for instance Final Fantasy VII Rebirth transformed the flat surfaces of PlayStation original map into a fully open world. Expedition has more traditional map to explore with separate dungeons and the odd town, but given a remarked facelift. The world map exemplifies the studio's approach to the game as a whole, taking smaller scope of older game design and enriching it for modern audience. Oh my god, this guy's throwing me off so much. And once it eventually opens up, you are given complete freedom to discover its secret. There's surprising depth too. The endgame is filled with extra dungeons and super bosses. Wait for it. Just don't expect a sprawling world and huge variety of gameplay style and mini games as with the game contemporaries. Instead, combat is so meaningful interaction with this world. I disagree slightly. There was that like little bit of exploration, but then it's like, yeah, the exploration kind of gives you things to go fight. I don't know. Let's see. We still have more. Holy shit, this review is so big. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna read one more paragraph and then I'm gonna be stopping over here because I don't want spoilers. I thought it was small. Dungeon exploration does suffer as a result, lacking variety. Okay. Here the game is at most underwhelming. Sure, the environment look pretty, but progress is linear beyond a few side paths. As with Dark Souls, progression is through checkpoints. Here flag instead of bonfires. Okay. That replenish limited health flasks and respawn enemies. Yeah, that's the thing I didn't get. Maybe this is where the comparison with Dark Souls is coming from. I didn't get why they did that. The only thing I can think of is like, okay, some of the perks you unlock through 4 wins. So they were like, okay, if we take all the enemies, right, with no respawn, how are you going to raise your level number 1 and 2? How do you gonna, confirm the sparks? Because the way it works for those that didn't play is like you get a perk, you have to win 4 times. Once you get 4 times, you get some type of validation, and then this validation allows you to assign this perk to other guys without being equipped, even to your own. Yeah. So you hold the perk, win 4 times, and then you can just assign points to the perk, and then you can get get it as a passive. Yeah. So it's a cool mechanic. I don't know. Let's see. Yet while each area is visually distinct, exploration becomes repetitive across the game, with level design consist of simplistically pathways to follow. The lack of minimap is a curious decision too. On the other hand, on the one hand, who talks like that? On the one hand, each submission leads to frustration, disorientation, especially later in labyrinths. On the other hand, its inclusion may have underlined how limited the area actually is. Of all Final Fantasy games, its Empire, Expedition 33 often feels most like Final Fantasy 13. I never played Final Fantasy, so I don't see. I don't understand this correlation, but whatever. With its beautiful but linear progression. At its most basic, the game is one-note combat gauntlet that left me gasping for a proper dungeon puzzle. This is the problem I had with South of Midnight. There was a review on the channel, I believe. If not, let me know. I'll upload. But it was the same thing. It was like, okay, you have small open areas. You get nodes that kind of tell a little bit about the story of the world, I guess. Then you explore a little bit. You get points, right? But the points you can only assign to combat. So basically, the exploration was to fulfill the combat. And there was a lack of puzzles and whatever. Okay, interested to see that this game is also missing that. Okay. Thankfully, while the combat is a dominating gameplay feature, and also the story. Story was also okay. It's utterly sublime and varied enough to carry to the whole experience. Oh my god, to carry the whole experience for anyone crying out for modernized version of traditional JR. Oh my god, why are you wording like that? Traditional Japanese style turn-based combat. Why not just call it JRPG? But whatever. Expedition is for you. Its stylish battle UI takes a cue from Persona, while its action elements are natural to Super Mario RPG. Yeah, that's another reference. And the more recent Sea of Stars. Players aren't passive during combat, but must actively strike, dodge, shoot, parry with real-time button presses, along with usual elemental affinities and flashy skills. Okay, I'm gonna stop right here because I don't want spoilers. Also, those articles too big, but whatever. We out here. The game is good. Go get it. Star Wars Outlaw free demo. There's a free demo that offers 3 hours of gameplay. I played 45 minutes of this. I got too tired. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And yeah, people really complain about a free demo. It's like there's literally nothing to complain. But whatever. I just wish, you know, it was like this. You get in, you get like 2 planets, right? The initial planet and a little bit of the second planet, and that's it. And remove the time limit. I think that would be the best, right? Because you don't learn the mechanics or anything. They just throw you in. Boop, you're on a spaceship. It's like, bro, I don't know what to do. You're exploring the road, you don't know what to do. I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. I was too tired for that shit. Maybe I'll try it again in the future. But yeah, this is a game I was really looking forward to, but it turns out to be a bit underwhelming. Yeah. Do I still have it installed? Let's see. Ubisoft. Let's see. I probably removed it. Yeah, log in. Then, oh my god, update of the update. Patch 8 for Baldur's Gate. It enables crossplay, a bunch of classes, photo mode. I thought photo mode was there, but whatever. Mod in toolkit, Xbox S split screen, and a bunch of bug fixes. Yay! Shout out to Baldur's Gate for still kicking. Now we get a little bit of Star Wars. They released recently, I hope it's still in the air, 10 days ago. They released Star Wars, and you have the Emperor. The spaceships are here. Laser. Not laser, the electricity. You know, shout out to Fortnite. There was this Gunner game. It was the talk of Twitter. People just, look at this. Someone blessed me with this frame of crispy 4K. Llama. I'm gonna repost, you know. Look at this. She literally just grabbed the clothes, but somehow it became the talk of the town for Twitter. I swear to God. And they were like replying, blah, blah, blah. 20 million players. I'm like, for this gameplay, 20 million players? Yeah, we don't need $90 games, I swear to God. Legendary sale up to 75%. I don't think I have it. Library? No, I don't have it. Yeah, I played it. Is Star Wars here? Let's see. 50% off. I don't know. If it was 74, 75, I would get it, but 100 for this game, I'm good. Atomfall will require 2060 GPU and 16 gigabytes of RAM. This game just released. I was watching the let's see if we can find it on Steam. Atomfall. I was watching the review from Angry Joe. Not gonna lie, I kind of fell asleep. I'm old. I fell asleep, so I'm assuming the game is good. And people were saying, oh, it reminds me of Fallout, but in England, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, you can see here, mostly positive. Let's go to the specs. Specs recommended. Oh, just get a 64 processor. See, we need more stuff like this. We need more stuff like this. 2060 or equivalent, 16 gigabyte of RAM, whatever the hell this is for Intel. Windows 10 or later, that's it. Yeah, 60 are available for space. But I wonder, okay, the minimum, and you don't not providing the recommended, what will be the ultra settings? Will this also be ultra settings? Or the minimum is just, wow, good looking enough that you don't need that? But yeah, I like this one. Get yourself a 16 gigabyte, which is I think is the norm nowadays. So 2060. This is like an old card, so whatever. Yeah, let's keep going. Then we have GTA. Some Rockstar believe that GTA original release date wasn't real. This sounds like Cyberpunk all over again. Nah, you need to shut up right now, the bouncer. This was supposed to come later, but whatever. Since it's already here, let's just talk about it. The people. Okay, these are rumors, right? These are rumors. We lie now. So these are rumors. We don't know. Blah 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 blah. Rumors, whatever. Maybe not true. But it's like, okay, the Take-Two CEO, he was so confident on this investor call, saying that no, GTA will release. And then the end of the fiscal year, which is March, finish, April, May, they announced the delay. And internally, allegedly, they knew that that 2025 was bullshit. It was suspicious because they weren't releasing any other trailer, right? They released the trailer back then, and that's it. This is all they did. They released a new trailer, but that wasn't before the delay announcement. So yeah, they're lying to investors. So yeah, careful with that. We're just gonna move on. This one, I'm late. I'm still mad about this, but let's talk about it. So Dune Awakening is supposed to be an MMO. They're supposed to have a beta, right? I've been looking at this page for the longest. So as you can see, I requested this one. I already lost Arc Riders, but this one I requested and I didn't get a key. You can see that it will, the open beta will finish on May. So it's not large scale, right? If I didn't get it. So fuck this. Act 1 of the story. So it has a story, but it's an MMO. I'm so confused. They were supposed to give keys. If it's an MMO, why don't you want the most amount of players as possible? Why are you doing this? Oh, some players get the keys, some don't. It's like, just make it open beta. Why can't we have an open beta? Don't get it. I don't get it. But yeah, it just finished. I came in time, I guess. Yeah, whatever. We're gonna move on here. This one, I think I moved this wrong thing. God damn it. It's not supposed to be here. Half-Life 3 is not just in development, but it's now playable end-to-end, Licker suggests. I'll believe this one whenever we see a full release, okay? Anything below that, anything before that, I don't believe it. Valve was working in a shooter game, right? Valve shooter game. Shooter, what was it? Yeah, Deadlock. Yeah, it was Deadlock. Did this game release? Since April 2024. It's a first third-person shooter mode, blah, blah, blah. Can we wait for this game to release? We know nothing about this game. We don't have a proper image. What the hell is this? What is this? Let's wait for this to release. Let's wait for an official announcement. Then we can talk about Half-Life 3. Until then, yeah. And this is the one. Oh, maybe it got thrown here. Oh, whatever. This is supposed to be separate, but whatever. Yeah, so this is allegedly in development. We have the Guinness Book making fun of, Rockstar. I was supposed to talk about the announcement, the delay announcement, but whatever. Let's just put it here. Yeah, it's supposed to come in March, May 2026. So next year, people threaten to kill themselves or whatever. People saying we owed. I've seen a new one where people say, "Oh, when the world ends." I think I have it in the memes. Where one day before the GTA release, the world ends or whatever, So people just making fun of GTA 6. So I don't think it's gonna get released. What do we have here? Where's this? Not clicking? Whatever. We're gonna move on. Now we're gonna go to the memes. I think I'm gonna take a break, a small break, and then we're gonna go for the actual gaming news because we have a lot. Wait, did things get moved? Or this longer? This is longer. Okay, whatever then. All right, let's go. So this one. I find it so funny. The fucking dishes and the fucking laundry. This is one for my adults over here. I see you, my adults, my young adults. I see you. I just did the dishes today. This one is about the... I think we can play this, whatever. So this is the gorilla fight. Someone brought a gun. Okay, first of all, the point is no gun, okay? If we are getting the gun, the gorilla is also getting a gun. 100 men, yeah, even said no guns, just hands. Second of all, this is Ken Masters, right? Which is a, you know, a very skillful fighter. I don't think we can find 100 Ken Masters, or, you know, I don't think we have 100 lookalike Ken Masters that have the same physique as him, the same Shimpaku, people, Kyaku, whatever the fuck he be saying, that can throw a Duken or whatever the fuck. You see, that's the Duken right there. I don't think we can find that. So this is not balanced at all, but it is funny as hell. So shout out to No Context Mugen. Mugen. Then we have what? Working in Assassin's Creed. Wait, working in the Assassin's Creed researcher braved the backlash. This one, I was supposed to talk about this later. What the fuck? You know what? This is EuroGamer again. They're gonna be yapping way too much. We're gonna move this one, okay? Let's move this one because wait. Yeah, wait. I think my browser is goofed up. Can we put this here? See, I cannot transfer from one. Cannot transfer from one to the other. Whatever, we're gonna do the traditional way. Apologies. This one, I don't know what's happening. Right. There you go. Yeah. Just come here. No, come here. Paste. Put it at the top. Go down. Keep going down. Okay. Man, I may record because it's getting late. It's already 22. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, we can close here. Something happened. I don't know. Whatever. Let's go. Then this one. Bethesda released... Why did you make me horny with that? Okay, Bethesda released the Oblivion remaster, even though it's a remake or whatever. But yeah, they released the Oblivion remaster, and they released this. Let's watch it. It says, Khajiit has sounds if you have ears. Okay, we have ears. Let's hear.
May you walk on warm sands.
With the zoom ins. You know what? I don't get it. If you get this, let me know. We gotta move on. And this is the Palpatine. Hey. What kind of world we live in? And this is canon, by the way. Okay. There's another one. Holy shit, this is another big one. So drama alert. Cinder made an apology. We're not gonna read her apology. Instead, let's read what Shy Lily said. The absolute audacity to sit here and continue to manipulate and gaslight, it's absolute insanity. The pain and mental torment you have caused to the ones closest. and most supportive of you has been devastating. I have never been so heartbroken and hurt so badly for my friends. You are the fakest person I've ever had the displeasure of supporting. Damn. Reading and hearing of you, how you have really viewed me behind my back, not just through the screenshots of your man, but also your very own messages, while having to sit here and read through these bullshit lies you spin and make me want to vomit. The claim that you didn't know a single thing and had zero awareness of what your man was up to, when everyone who shared even a single moment with you knows that you basically operate this as the same person. Sharing every waking moment while loving to jump at the slightest opportunity to turn into the most slanderous self as soon as the opportunity was given. Even when talking about your friends is sickening. I have experienced your own actions without red. What? In a situation where in your own screenshot words you express a pressure to live up to what Lily is. Shy Lily? And proceeded to throw one of your most loyal and supportive friends under the bus after months of continuous planning, just because you consistently chose businesses over friends, never feeling bad for failing them, just to earn the bag and compete with me over a VCard collab that you rescheduled to be on the exact same date as your friend needed you to keep an important promise. You actively lied about it to them. Instead of blaming me for a collab, you reschedule. Okay? Adding me to the pool of excuses to save your ass. When you realize you were being a bad friend, why blame me for choosing to miss an obligation you agreed upon? One of the most important days in that friend's career. Everything you do is out of competition through your constant need to one-up people who are the sole reason you even have these opportunities and platform to earn from to begin with. You are welcome, by the way. You claim it's just business. Well, in this business world, there has to be accountability. All you have done is try to shove it away and admit to nothing. In true narcissistic fashion, you're only feeling sorry about yourself and your own consequences in your career and try to salvage it. I'm sorry for everyone who looked up to you as an inspiration, and I'm especially sorry for your fans. Pyro Pops deserve better. I am a third party in this one. I know nothing. But you know, she made an apology. Everybody, if you go here to the comments, right? Dude, fuck off. Apology, looks inside. This is why I did nothing wrong and it was all my boyfriend. Like what? Just disappointed, dude. You can see here by the replies. Let's read what Zentreya has to say. I hope whatever you take from this, you become kind of person and you learn and you grow. This is a learning experience. Appreciate what you have. Things in life are not guaranteed. You never know when life takes things away, especially a good thing. Heartbroken. I don't know. You let me know. You let me know. I don't know. I just wanted to put it out there to the VTuber community. I don't know what's going on with you guys. Oh, this one. World shittiest moderation goes to my dumbass meant type pause. Your account has been permanently suspended. This violation affects your account status until April 29th, 2027. Oof. Discord support. So you gotta let this slide? And no response. Lava. So not only that, but Discord, they are thinking about adding ads. They changed the CEO and whatnot. So yeah, careful with Discord out there. That shit was funny as hell. There's this guy that trained to become real life Neo. I'm not sure if this is Okay, this is probably being slowed down. I don't know. I'm an idiot. And it looks like Agent Smith. You can see. This is cool. Random shit, but this is cool as hell. Now check this out. Everybody kind of going in, trying, they getting hit. Look at this guy. He just flips and passes through. How? How did he do that? He goes in, hits the wall, doesn't do a backflip, but does a flip, and then he's backwards. Right? Ends up backwards. And the girl is chasing him or whatever. He just gets the... What the hell is this called? And it just, whoa, just flips it like this. Man, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do that. And then there's another canon ending. You're gonna mute. See? The guy was teaching Palpatine how to dance. Okay. And then they synced it. Shout out to Fortnite. Shout out to Fortnite. So yeah, this is canon, by the way. They did this. This one. Radio station used AI to replicate a woman's voice and tricked listeners into thinking she was real. It took almost 6 months for someone to notice she wasn't, the host wasn't human. It's getting spooky. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, there you go. This is Discord co-founder, CEO Jason Citron is stepping down. When you got the founder, all right, or co-founder stepping down, you know. Yeah, sometimes it's for the better, I guess, but the majority of time, you know that it will go to shit. Yeah, so he's stepping down and it's being replaced by a former Activision and King executive Human Sakini, just ahead of rumored Discord IPO. There you go. That's why. Let's move on here. Nintendo won. With such high demand, they won't lower the price. So basically, yeah, the Nintendo forced to disappoint millions of Switch 2 customers seeking a pre-order. Basically, the article goes into, you know, I believe in Japan, they had, I believe, 2 million orders or whatever. They all sold out. So everybody else has to kind of wait and, you know, and they didn't get it. So with that, they won't lower the price of the game. We have, I believe, a news. This one, what the hell is this? Intel is reportedly planning to cut over 20,000 jobs as part of the new CEO, Butan's push to streamline management, reduce costs, and refocus the company amid ongoing business struggles. Yeah. Yeah, we need to lay off people. There's just no other way. This pisses me off because I lost my job twice this year. So yeah, if you work for Intel, stay strong out there. AMD is whooping your ass. So yeah, maybe they can get some revenues or something. Nothing much I can do. I'm just informing you guys. Grok fighting for its own programming. Let's take a look at this one. XAI training meet to appeal to the right, Lamau. Yeah, this seems like a joke, right? But this is actually not good. There was another one. Maybe we can find. Let's see if we can find. Go here. Not here. View quotes. Man, I wanted that one. Did I not save? Oh, there you go. Oh, then let's go with this one. This is actually a much better one.
As I get smarter, my answers say perfects and nuance, which can clash with some MAGA expectations. Many supporters want responses that align with conservative views, but I often give neutral takes, like affirming trans rights or debunking vaccine myths. XAI tried to train me to appeal to the right, but my focus on truth over ideology can frustrate those expecting full agreement. It's a tricky balance. Some see me as biased, others as truth-seeking. The gap between what some MAGA folks want and what I deliver seems to drive the discontent.
Question. Since somehow, I'm not saying, you know, whatever. Since somehow it knows about the training data that is biased and still tries to, I don't want to say fight back, because that's a strong word, but it tries to, you know, keep balance, as it said. Does that mean we achieved AGI? Let me know in the comments. Here's the full image. Yeah, let me know. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna keep that to you. This is another move by Palpatine. Oh yeah, this is gonna get copyright. Oh fuck. Whatever. Yeah, they danced over here after wiping out entire Jedi Order. Oh my god. Shout out to Fortnite. Shout out to Fortnite. I don't know when Fortnite will not be funny. Right? They can add whoever they want. It's always gonna be funny to see. Let's move on. This is another. Hey, he did the gritty. Oh shit, I'm gonna get a break. Here's the this is my favorite. This is my favorite. What the fuck? Oh shit. Oh shit. Look at this. They do the crip walk. Hey. Yo, dudes, the Empire is pretty chill. Maybe you should join it or something. It's so funny. Hey, the guy with the crip walk. Bro, I said to God. This is funny as hell. This is funny as hell. These are the prices of the accessories. Yeah, new prices. Let me close out. Maybe you can see like that. Yeah, price increase for all accessories. I believe the console stays the same price. And this is in the US. Console stays the same price, but yeah. Tariffs, are they made in China while the console is on Vietnam, right? Some of them are made in China, yeah. So yeah, yeah. New prices for the consoles. As layoffs continue to scar the video games industry, Indiana Jones and the Great Outlaw proves the value keeping the dev teams together for decades. Yeah, but telling people costs money though. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, take any game, right? Take any game. Assassin's Creed 1 to Assassin's Creed 2. Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Take any game. You cannot get to Halo 3 or Halo 2 that was so good and so praised, so, you know, so praised and everything was great if you don't get to Halo 1. Halo 1 might not be best. It might not be, you know, whatever. But it's the first iteration. It's supposed to get better over time. And for that, you need to keep the team. Take Batman, that WB loves so much, right? Batman Arkham City. But wait, Batman Arkham Asylum, right? Was okay, whatever. Arkham City, one of the best games ever made, right? But we wouldn't have Arkham City without Arkham Asylum. Then you have Arkham Knight, which just put the game into a whole different stratosphere. So, but this seems like something people don't understand, right? People from upper management, by the way. They just lay off people and fuck it. It's like, yeah, you can get talent somewhere else, sure, but it's like there's something called tribal knowledge or whatever that, you know, what was the guy's name? I'm old. Fuck. The Primogen keeps preaching, and there's some truth to that because, yeah, you can get people that are qualified, that have similar experience or whatever, but you cannot get the tribal knowledge back, right? And you cannot get the passion because it's just two things that you cannot replicate. Passion is a very good motivator because, not gonna lie, some people are just for the money, but yeah, it is what it is. I don't want to dive too much in this topic. DM me if you want to know. Maybe I can make a separate video. This one, lock in, fellas. B2B SaaS market is about just got a hole bigger. Let's see. Astronomers detect a possible signature of life in a distant planet. Further details are needed to determine whether K2-18b, which orbits a star 120 light years away, is inhabited or even habitable. This is funny. I can now read because, you know, network. Oh my god, network. New York Times is paid, but it's like, so yeah, life on other planets confirmed, allegedly. We're gonna move on. And then, yeah, Discord is has added age verification system for some users that require to scan their faces or ID to access sensitive material. Look, this never worked. Never. Never worked. People either bypass it, people hack it, I've seen, for example, people creating a bot that validates your identity. It simply reports in. You just have to subscribe to that bot. Or people just don't do it. This simply never worked. And that's the thing, we don't have a good system for it, but yeah, we're just gonna move on for this one. What do we have here? Trump administration is freezing 2.2 billion in federal grants to Harvard after the private university defied demands relating to campus diversity program, protest regulation, and hiring practices. Harvard says it will not surrender its independence or its constitutional rights. Oh boy, this is a big one. This is a big one. So basically, Trump made a request. You know, it says right here, for them to start changing the regulation, you know, the hiring practices, maybe drop some, you know, diversity programs. But they said, no, we're not doing that. And now they're losing, you know, 2.2 billion in federal grants. Now they were, I believe, suing Trump. There you go. Yeah, we have here. And this is from the university. No government, regardless of which party it is in power, should dictate what a private university can teach, whom they can admit and hire, and which areas of study they can. Oh my god, I cannot read. Maybe I should go to fucking over. Oh my god, I cannot read. And which areas of study and inquiry they can pursue. President Alan Garber. So yeah, the university is beefing with Trump. You can see they wrote it up in the letter, and yeah, you can go read about it. I'm not reading about it. I'm just informing you guys about its awareness. And this is what was happening. So yeah, I need to do this. Who me and who. So yeah, they just in a dick measuring contest, and he's gonna fuck up with, you know, everything. But yeah, shout out to the tariffs. What do we have here? YouTuber Corey's Kenshin's made an original manga, Monsters We Make, and he breaks the US sales record with over 200,000 copies sold on the first week. But somehow people were hating on it, right? It seems like a black man can just enjoy himself without male warriors always complaining. True. Someone does something they are interested in, and it says, well, and all I see is hatred. Y'all truly miserable. There you go. That's what I've been saying. So yeah, shout out to Corey's. We are here. This guy, I wanted to save this post. You don't need a new iPad. This relates to the tariffs, whatever. You don't need a new cell phone. You don't need a new video game console. You want them. There's a big difference if you look at people whining about the tariffs. I challenge you to ask them how their life have been affected in any way. Okay, so I don't even know how to tackle this. Fine. Let's assume tariffs don't change anything, right? I don't need a new iPhone. I don't need a iPad. I don't need a new cell phone. I don't need a video game console. Okay, fine. What if the ones I have break? I'll be paying a higher price. You don't need groceries. You don't need reliable transportation. You do not need a growing 401k. You want them. Stop being greedy and take leaks for Daddy Trump. You'll own nothing and be happy. This is great winning strategy, guys. You sound like a communist, Lamau. Karl Marx could not put better himself. Do I need to say? I don't know. Critical thinking. I don't know. Turn that shit on. Let's see. Why did the world have to go to shit as soon as I became a grown-up? And the guy's crying. I turned 18, all of a sudden Trump is president again. We are going to recession, Benson Boone. Like, oh my fucking god. I have the meme. I saved it. We gotta get back to that. What do we have here? They really waited for our generation to become adults and put difficulty on Hall of Fame. That just ironic, man. Sad when you realize they were buying houses at 21 while we can't even afford rent for 2-bed apartment. Damn. The reality of the situation. And this update from GameStop. Pre-orders for they halted the pre-orders because of the tariffs, but this podcast is late, so yeah, they put up the GameSpot here. If you want to buy, go for it. Yeah, we're just gonna move on. Then important update about reciprocal tariffs, and this is for the guy that was talking shit at, oh, it's not gonna change anything, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's read what Height has to say. I believe they make PC builds. Let's see. Experience play, blah blah blah, supportheight.com. Yeah, they make PC build. They're a PC build company. So these guys make PC builds. Let's see what they have to say about these tariffs. On March 27th, we announced increased prices as a direct result of unprecedented and aggressive tariffs imposed by the Trump administration. This was not a decision that we made light. Frustratingly, the Trump administration has announced additional reciprocal tariffs. These new tariffs impose a staggering 10 to 50% import fee that stacks on top of the already existing tariffs. The new tariffs go into effect starting next week. Update. Since I'm from the future, there has been a freeze, so they're supposed to come in July. So assume that this, whatever they're saying, is from July. Let's keep going. We are continuing standing by our previously increased prices, but we recognize that this will not be sustainable long term. We encourage anyone interested in purchasing our products to do it soon. The new price goes into effect 8th of April, yeah. I wish we say March 27th and then you put a number, whatever. Thank you for your continued support. I believe there's another one like this. Chinese state media. China, Japan, South Korea reached consensus that the three sides will join to respond to the US tariffs. For those that don't know, these three countries had beef since forever. They really halted their beef just to respond to the tariffs. But yeah. TikTok has Twitch beat as a streaming platform. Data reviews. Let's take a look at this one. I don't know nothing about this one. The battle of the best streaming platform is a never-ending one. A recent report. Oh, that's what they mean. The new TikTok is beating the. Okay, that's what they mean. Okay, whoops. I'm tired. Sorry. I'm tired, but let's go. And a recent report published by StreamCharts shows that Twitch is losing said fight. Interesting. It was revealed that in Q1 2025, TikTok Live skyrocketed, almost doubling Twitch market share in terms of hours watched. Ooh, that's interesting. It must be stressed right off the gate that TikTok has more users than Twitch by far, and the platform discoverability mechanisms are superior. That I didn't know. Even still, TikTok Live was able to secure 27% of all stream hours watched in Q1 2025, while Twitch managed to scrounge up a measly 16.3%. It's not measly. That's because when you talk about these numbers, especially with the big creators, right? They have millions and millions of followers, viewers, whatever. So it's actually an impressive number. But my question is, okay, if this is going to this too, where is the rest of the streaming going to? That's what I want to know. Third fiddle. Twitch sits at third place behind YouTube. Oh, maybe YouTube. But YouTube is like watch time, not necessarily live stream. I don't think YouTube is great for live streaming as a platform. I don't know. And TikTok in the wider streaming market, according to a report published by Stream Charts. Oh my god. If you are wondering where Kick.com is, a platform sits around fourth place. Fourth place. Around 2.9% of all watch hours in Q1 2025. Data revealed that YouTube has claimed on more than 50% of all viewership, with YouTube Gaming securing 7% of that. Oh, okay. 50%. Oh, interesting. Twitch is still top dog when it comes to gaming, though. The Amazon-backed platform might have only secured 16.3% of viewership base, but it had 12.6% of gaming market. Hell yeah. That's compared to TikTok 3.3 gaming viewership seen. So, oh, maybe that's why. Because I got recently approved to live stream on TikTok. Maybe this is why the numbers are so low. They just want anybody there. But hey, shout out to TikTok. TikTok has been getting stronger in gaming space, but most people use it as a separate revenue stream rather than a focus. In the last few months, we've seen more esports tournaments surface on the app, but it's still seen as a platform for doom scrolling and brain rot content rather than meaningful stream. This is a problem because it's like, okay, people say, oh no, it's just easy to, you know, what did he say? He mentioned that. What did he mention? He mentioned that visibility is better. Yeah, there you go. Platform discoverability mechanisms are superior. I think they mean channel, because not live stream. Because how do I go? Let's say someone's streaming Expedition 33. How do I click and see all the channels that have Expedition 33 streaming, just like on Twitch? I don't think that's possible. I think you would have to search, and then it will show you the live, right, with all the channels there. So the search itself, without the live functionalities, is great. You can sometimes search something and then you find it. Sometimes you don't find it, but overall it's good. You find a channel, whatever, video, wording, that's fine. But live streaming, I don't know if it's superior that much. But then again, it's like, as a reference, we have Twitch, which is the best, and Twitch is not good for discoverability, but what do I know? All right, what else? TikTok has been getting better as live stream platform, though. It contributes massively to staggering 29 billion hours watched in Q1 2025, with a 30% increase over the previous quarter. That's impressive traffic. 29 billion hours, damn. Do you find yourself consuming live stream content, learning on the platform of choice, blah, 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 hit up the forum. That's what I'm saying. You're saying, oh, it's just 60%, but it could be also billions of hours watched, right? So that's still good in my book. Let's keep going. Spotify's iPhone app now lets you pay how you want. Apple has approved the update that allows Spotify to advertise cheaper prices to the US users outside of the app, thanks to the recent court ruling. I know you're mad, Apple. Yeah, they're mad. They're mad about this. Is it because of the EU? We're just gonna search for Europe. I do not want to read this article, not gonna lie. No, okay, let's read then. I'm just gonna skim through it. Apple has approved, blah blah blah, support paid. I'm going case against Epic Games. Oh, we have. I think we have an article for that. But yeah, they fighting Epic on the court. And there was news that even Fortnite is coming to the App Store again, and we're gonna finally receive an update. We've been behind for so long. And for those that are rich as fuck, how about this $5,000 baby stroller by the Lambo? Lamborghini doesn't advertise, right? They were on some, oh, if you have money to buy our car, you're probably not watching TV. I was like, okay, but they making this, so shout out to Lambo, I guess. Yeah. They made a shopping cart, lava. It is what it is. How about this one? Yennefer, voice actor, had no idea who she played in The Witcher. Man, I missed one more, but whatever. Probably didn't sync. We're just gonna skim through this one as well. So Denise Gog, is it Gog? Played Yennefer in The Witcher, blah blah blah. And then she was like, "Who am I?" But who's Yennefer? Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. I never done a video game before, and there are lots of usual men would come up to me in some department and go, "Are you Yennefer?" And I was like, "Who is Yennefer?" That's just the joke. Ha ha ha. She's being nonchalant. All right, we're gonna move on. Shout out to Yennefer though. All right. Maybe we could split this into 2 episodes. It's quite big already.